Hi, my name is Jennie Ott, and I'm the pastor at Lake Oswego United Church of Christ. And today I want to offer up to you a practice that has become central to my own life and faith journey, and that is the prayer practice of centering prayer. Centering prayer comes out of the monastic tradition. And basically, it's a form of prayer that just opens ourselves to God's Spirit within us. The basis of centering prayer is the notion that the Spirit of God is inside each one of us, and that if we can quiet ourselves, quiet the external noise, the internal noise, we can open ourselves to that presence of God, that Spirit of God that is inside each one of us. And so the practice of centering prayer can be done anywhere. Today I'm in the sanctuary of my congregation, but I often will do it in my office or in my bedroom at home. Wherever you have a comfortable space. And you can also do it for any amount of time, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour. Many practitioners recommend at least 20 minutes as a time just to get settled. For the purposes of our video today, I'll be leading us in about 15 minutes of centering prayer, but I would encourage you, as you're able, to try a practice for 20 minutes. And basically, in centering prayer, we're not trying to talk to God. We're not even really trying to listen to God as much as we're just trying to open ourselves to God's presence and to just see what comes up in that silence. So a couple of things that are helpful. First of all, when practicing centering prayer, it can be helpful to have a word or a phrase that's a touchstone for you. Our minds naturally want to wander, and so it helps if you can have a word that you can come back to or say that will just help bring you back. It can be a very simple word like grace or love, something that will just bring you back to center. If words are not your thing, you can also just focus back on your breath, and that will also help you come back to center. Another thing that's helpful is to sit in a comfortable place, a place where you can be sitting up. You can have your feet up or on the floor. You want to be comfortable enough to relax, but not so comfortable that you will fall asleep. And then as we enter into the practice of centering prayer, I will read a little poem. I'll ring a chime for us, and then we simply be quiet and just open ourselves up in the silence. Now, invariably, our mind will start to wander. You may begin to get a grocery list in your head or think about something coming up. As that happens, simply acknowledge the thought and then try to let it go. One of the best analogies I ever heard for this is from a practitioner, Cynthia Bourgeau, who said, just imagine that you're like a scuba diver at the bottom of a river, and the thoughts that come by are like the ships passing overhead, and you just acknowledge them and then let them go by. And so why you have a word like grace or love is that when those thoughts start to come, you can just say your word and then let those thoughts go and come back to center. At the end of our time together, today 15 minutes, I will ring the chime, and then you simply open your eyes when you're ready. So at this point, I will begin us in a time of centering prayer. You're welcome to stop the video, set your own timer, and do this yourself. And if you'd like to stay on, today I'm going to read an excerpt, a little quote from Saint Teresa of Avila. And here's what she writes. This magnificent refuge is inside you. Enter. Shatter the darkness that shrouds the doorway. Be bold. Be humble. Put away the incense and forget the incantations they taught you. Ask no permission from the authorities. Close your eyes and follow your breath to the still place that leads you to the invisible path that leads you home. Thank you for this time together. I hope that was relaxing and refreshing for you. And like any practice, this is a practice. It's a muscle that we learn how to use. And so I would encourage you to try centering prayer on multiple occasions and to just continue to open yourself to God's Spirit. Blessings to you on your Lenten journey.